Welcome back to PF International. Time for the last round of the championship to get underway. Jake Sanson and Alan Tadei with you. Taylor Barnard and Johnny Edgar on the front row of the grid for the IAME Cadet final, with Harry Thompson and Georgie Dimitrov on the second row, Max Dodds and Owen Marlowe from Finley Bunce and Reggie Dewey, with Lorcan Hannafin and Angus Mulsdale rounding out the top 10. Keep an eye on Joseph Taylor down the order, but he's worth a fight back through the field. We're on board with Finley Bunce, starting from P7 on the grid as the IAMEs get themselves ready to plunge to that first corner for the first time. The newly reprofiled first section of the circuit. It is a flat-out lunge through the right-hander and through the left flick under the bridge. Away we go. Good start from Bunce. He's not really approaching the top 6 quite yet, but he is in good position. He seems to have got a good run. Onto his left, there goes the 11 of Lorcan Hannafin. Good start from him as he's already made up some ground. Hannafin now diving up the inside of Dimitrov. He's got a good opportunity to move through at the left-hander, and it almost ended up with Bunce nudging his way through there as well. Now Bunce goes to the right of Dimitrov. He has an opportunity to move through down the back straight, but out in front, it is your man Taylor Barnard who leads the way.
Looks like Klaus Koike there, just got loaded up into the hairpin and has lost a couple of places. Taylor Barnard leads it then. The GP plate won the Kartmasters Grand Prix here in August. And it's Johnny Edgar in second place. Dexter Patterson, as you'll see from the Virtual Championship points on your screen. Now, an innovation, as we were talking about earlier in part 1 with Ian Rogers, is that we have the Virtual Championship points on the screen. That's the points. Those are the points coming into the round. They will change as soon as they go across the start-finish line at the end of the first lap, and then they will change. They'll be on your screen permanently and then change at the end of each lap subsequently. Barnard, Edgar, Thompson, Marlowe, Dodds, Hannafin, Bunce, Dewey, Martland and Dimitrov. They are the top 10. Marlowe's made a couple of places, as has Lorcan Hannafin. That's the 66 of Reggie Dewey. They come over the bridge, right-handed now down the hill, and rejoin the old part of the circuit.
Well, starting P14, the man who is all but confirmed as champion for the 2015 season, Dexter Patterson, because he managed to appeal a decision that was taken against him at Lark Hall for fuel irregularities. As side by side there, battling away, is the 27 of Joseph Taylor, making his way through the field to take on Angus Mulsdale. But that decision was overturned for Dexter Patterson, and that means basically that he has won the championship pretty much. All barring, well, the only way he can lose it now, really, Alan, is if he gets excluded from the meeting for a technicality here.
Yeah, hence why he's just running round pretty much down the field, doesn't want to get involved in anything, doesn't want to give the officials any reason to exclude him from the race. A lot of unhappy people, I have to say, in the paddock today about that decision. I spoke to the fuel scrutineer, Anthony Webb, who's been doing the job for around 15 years, uses a £30,000 gas chromatograph in the van that he uses to test everybody's fuel after each meeting. And I have to say, there's a few people suggesting that he wasn't very good at his job. It's got absolutely nothing to do with Anthony. He actually did his job, but the MSA have decided, for a few technical reasons, that one of them being he wasn't an official MSA fuel scrutineer. He's been doing the job for 15 years, by the way. Reggie Dewey gets run wide. Finley Bunce there on the 58, started P7 and still running 7th. He's got the onboard camera, of course. The decision was made in the appeal court, in any case, that the decision to exclude Dexter Patterson for the fuel irregularity at Lark Hall was wrong for reasons of a technical nature, and therefore he has been reinstated and is going to win the championship now. We're on board with Finley Bunce. 23 in front there was Georgie Dimitrov. Reggie Dewey was getting a little nudge wide and goes two abreast through the final turn.
I love the season finale in these championships, because that's the race where everybody wants to end on a high, and just look at the table of positions changing every single lap as we've got overtaking moves from the front of the field to the back. And this is the battle for third position, of course. Harry Thompson with Lorcan Hannafin right on his tail. Hannafin started down in P9, and he is now challenging for a podium as the two leaders, Barnard and Edgar, have broken clear. But what a fantastic battle for third position we got at the moment, as Harry Thompson on the Fusion desperately trying to keep the OWR kart Lorcan Hannafin. And again, up the order goes Joseph Taylor as he makes the move there on Van Napton. So a very nice move there from Taylor. Started P28, he's up to 17th, so that's 11 karts that he has disposed of so far. And looking at his lap times, I have a feeling there's going to be a few more down the road.
Yeah, Brandon Martland as well at the end of that last lap had already made up in the early running in this race 8 places. at the end of the last lap. He's dropped places in the championship, as you can see from the virtual championship scores. Now these scores lower right take into account each driver's worst score during the season, so that is the actual position on track as the drivers go through the finish line at the end of each lap. Those points may change.
Well, we didn't see on the last lap where Hannafin got through, but he has made it up into third position. But look at these two. They've absolutely dropped the rest of the pack. Look, Hannafin leading the charge, Thompson in second place, and two more drivers have joined the battle. There is Hannafin in P3, looking very good indeed, and going with Thompson is the 33 in there of Max Dodds. So those three are trying to close up on these two, but they've disappeared. This is brilliant. This is the kind of driving you'd expect to see from KF Junior drivers, not IAME Cadet. They are racing so beautifully out there together. Edgar is giving Barnard a little bit of a push all the way around the circuit just to get them away from the rest of the field. They're dominating here.
Yeah, the aerial shot here just really shows what lead they've got, doesn't it? The circuit cameras low down don't really give you this sort of view, but they've got a huge lead. Of course, they're working together. As you say, Edgar pushing along Taylor Barnard in front as they go through the line this time. You can see how the positions may have changed. Top 5 haven't changed, top 9, top 10 haven't changed on that lap. Brakenhealy there in 10th place, the leading rookie in the championship, although Maxwell Dodds is the leading rookie in the race.
Well, Joseph Taylor's moved up to 15th, so again he's making up places there. Good move on the last lap, and here is that fantastic triumvirate for third position. Thompson really trying to get one over on Hannafin again, and Dodds is going with him up to 6th position. This is going to be a bold move from Georgi Dimitrov up the inside, and he takes the 26 of Brandon Martland with him. Very nicely done indeed from those two, and it looks pretty good from where I'm sitting for those three to start chasing down the battle for third position. In fact, forget 3, it's now 5 of them as a result of that little scrap from 6th position down to 10th. It's a nice little scrap, but the leading pair, Taylor Barnard and Johnny Edgar, they've got practically 2 corners between themselves and the battling trio of Hannafin, Thompson and Max Dodds. This is an absolutely cracking display, and as they come across the line again, we'll notice that they have long gone into the distance. Just checking out the points at the moment. Barnard looking to be 5th at the moment, still out in front of Joseph Taylor, who's making up positions. As Taylor makes up places, of course, he's going to get further away from Martland. He's just taken another point away from him in that last move. Hannafin in 3rd position. That looks to be all he can do, really. But if Martland doesn't have a great couple of laps here, then Hannafin is going to overtake him for 7th in the points table.
Nice move by Finley Bunce there through the right-hander coming off the bridge. Great move, makes up a place. I think that's 8th place. He was trying to make the move going through turn 1, couldn't get it done then. The rest of the kart stream up towards us. The 21 going through the picture, Joshua Rattican, the rookie.
Yeah, he's chasing down the 75 of Clayton Ravenscroft, who's not had the greatest of starts to the race, but he does seem to be getting back into his rhythm now. Here's Johnny Edgar, still on the back of Taylor Barnard. From this point of view, they have got a massive advantage, but from Johnny Edgar's point of view, this is not the time to challenge. He's just got to stay with him, keep pushing him further around, build up that gap. It'll be with 2 or maybe 3 laps to go. That's when he'll make his move if he wants to win.
Yeah, Johnny Edgar knows pretty much the championship is over now. Can't win the championship, but he will want to go out on a high. He is, of course, the 3-time British Open champion, won that 3 consecutive seasons as a Cadet, and that is something nobody else has done in history. Nobody can take that from him. He will move out of Cadets this year. He could stay in it another season, and you could argue, I think if Lewis Hamilton was giving him some advice, he'd probably say, well, you can stay in it, you should stay in it until you win the championship.
Ooh, what a lunge, sorry Alan, a brilliant lunge, very late indeed there for Max Dodds to take on his own teammate, Harry Thompson. That's a high-risk manoeuvre. Once again, we on board with Edgar. Look, just a little bit of a nudge to the GP Blake Taylor Barnard. That's not malicious, that's tactical. Just gives him a little bit of a nudge. Look, we can get ourselves a bit further away from the field here, and Taylor will not mind this in the slightest. In fact, if anything, this is a bonus. It increases his chances of getting at least a bare minimum 2nd, if not the win.
Yeah, Taylor Barnard can feel him pushing him along from behind, but we saw that earlier on, little bits with Lorcan Hannafin and Osis. They were coming up into the hairpin. He was giving a thumbs up to the guys behind who he could feel were pushing him along. As you say, it's there's nothing wrong with that, but this is the last lap, Jake.
Yeah, here we go, and Edgar's going to go right round the outside. Surely he can't pull that one off. Yes, he does! Superb overtake there there from Edgar. Now, there are some parts of this circuit where you can pull off a move, and there are some that you really shouldn't try. Johnny Edgar's just found an incredibly new line that other drivers will be wanting to try in future. Johnny Edgar pulls off the IAME Cadet overtake, possibly of the season there.
Fantastic move around the outside in the loop over the bridge. And well, Barnard's up the inside now. They're side by side. It looks like Barnard may have the inside line. Has he got it back on? Oh, surely he has.
Oh, lovely. And he absolutely timed the exit to perfection. Now Barnard's going on the defense. It's no longer help me to get further ahead. I'm going to go straight up the inside. Edgar beautifully takes it. That was absolutely superb. 2 killer moves in 1 lap. And that was superb. The O plate will beat the GP plate today. Absolutely incredible from Johnny Edgar. He's going to get the final race win of the season. And boy, does he deserve it. Magnificent battle between the two of them. Martland is in 3rd. How has he done that on the last lap? We spent so long looking at the leaders. He's now P3. That means he's made up 4 places on the last lap and 12 in total. Incredible. Thompson is 4th from Dimitrov, Hannafin, Keneally, Dodds, Bunce and Dewey. Joseph Taylor made up 15 places of his own. Absolutely incredible run in the final race of the championship. Well done to Johnny Edgar.
Johnny, I have to say that you and Taylor, they talk about working together in cadets, and if you work the slipstream correctly, you can pull away. You and Taylor were absolutely superb at that today. You're finishing the year on the top step at the podium. You must be really pleased with the win.
Yeah, I'm really happy. I got past Taylor on the last lap, then he passed me back, and I got a cut back at the 90 right, and Taylor drove a really good race at the front until the last lap. When I managed just to get past him, and I'd just like to thank Fusion Motorsport, Craig Boyd, Gary Byatt and everyone else that's helped me.
Dexter, we now know that when you've got the championship won, but you don't want to get into trouble, and you cruise around in 25th place, that is forever known as doing a Dexter from now on. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. I was just testing some new engines for next weekend.
Really? Is that so? Oh, okay. Well, it must have been a bit of a roller coaster these last couple of weeks. You know, you get the news before you hit the track that you've won the championship. How did that change things, you know, and your approach? But you must be really pleased with the championship.
Yeah, I'm really pleased. I guess I got the FKS title as well, which was amazing. But yeah, it's been great.
Really good. Undefeated this season, 2 championships. You know, what's the plan for next year?
We don't really know. We just need some sponsorship just to push us all the way, really.
Congratulations to Dexter Patterson for winning the IAME Cadet title. The Honda Cadets are up next here at PF International.